Hello and welcome back to another Tomato Sauce stream. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about the leaks that just come out because they are very interesting. I wasn't expecting to see light machines of all things showing up this early. But on top of that, we will be playing some King of Games. We did hit King of Games, which we were quite happy to do. And today we will be playing some Tempest Drive. We really want to see how this deck ends up performing. It does seem pretty good. Wait, no, that's the opposite. It does seem pretty bad. But we're going to see if there's anything here. We're going to test out the Beast Engine because this is something we haven't really played around with yet. Like, we know Paku Paku Chu is an adorable card. Its effect is okay, but it's a little bit more restrictive than the other engines in Currybot and in the Seahorse Carrier Aqua package. So, excuse me, sir, show us your top 100 icon. I actually did not play a single game in Stage 2. I was very busy over the weekend and did not really have a ton of time to devote to it. Plus, I've been kind of sick over the last couple of weeks, so I was like, I don't really want to be grinding out the ladder. So, unfortunately, we did not actually take part in that. But I do really want to see what kind of decks did perform well. Obviously, you know, the ones we expected were doing quite well. I know a couple of people in the top 100, and they were playing things like Resonance, they were playing Ancient Forces, and a couple of people were on the Red Eyes Rebels and the Warrior Red Eyes, respectively, which was quite interesting. I see the leak, but Yuga Skill 2 looked like a Gavin Skill 2. Well, let's take a look at that. Let's take a gander at the leaks. I'm going to move this over here so I can see it properly. So we have the Yuga skill. Yuga skill 1, I guess we'll look at first. Can be activated on turn 2 onward. Reveal one machine monster with 2500 attack or more in your hand. Return one other card from your hand or field to your deck to add Ultimate Flag Beast Aim Eagle from your deck to your hand. You have to let me know if the music's too loud, by the way, because I haven't really tested with this yet. But so Aim Eagle is an okay card, right? If your opponent has a face level 7 or higher monster on the field, send 2 face-up light attribute monsters to your field to the graveyard, which can be itself. Special summon one machine type monster from your hand, face up to the field, it gains 1000 attack. Now, this is a weird one because it doesn't cheat out a monster, right? It basically gets a 2 tribute monster out for 2 tributes, but you get to give it 1000 attack. So this card is basically just give a guy 1000 attack, which is fine, right? That's not a bad thing. It's just when you read an effect like this, it makes it sound like you get to plus off of it, right? You get to like have an extra body in the same way like Seahorse Carrier would, but it doesn't actually do that. The other thing that's quite interesting about this is it's 2500 attack. Now the reason that's interesting is because that means you won't be able to use it with Light Machine's Ace Monster, which is Steel Mech Lord Mirror Innovator, which is only a 2400 attack monster. So they specifically made it not work with this card. I don't know if that means they're not going to have it work, like if they're not going to release Steel Mech Lord Mirror Innovator initially, because this is the card that really makes Light Machines completely bonkers. This card is still played to this day. It came out relatively early, I think came out around set 6 or 7, and has basically put Light Machines on the map ever since then. Obviously the deck has been bolstered since then with things like the Cyber Dragons, but Mech Lord Mirror Innovator has always been a big part of the deck. It's just a fantastic card. It can boost its attack to crazy high attack, as well as boost its attack by a little bit and get piercing. So having in-archetype access to piercing is always really, really strong. You always want to have a way to get to your opponent's life points, so it's just fantastic. As well as you can recycle all of your important machine cards back into the deck so you can use them later. And you can also just boost its attack to crazy high. It gains 100 for each level that you put back in. You can shuffle up to 3 monsters back in. So if you put 3, let's say level 7s back into your deck, that means this guy is gaining 2100 attack, which puts up to 4500, which means it can beat over pretty much anything. That gets over maximums, which have these crazy high attack values. So really, really good card. But this is why I'm not sure this card will be coming. I think they're going to lean more into the flag monsters. So Ultimate Flag Mech Ace Breaker, I believe this was a promo card that came out of the Switch game. And it's got, again, 2500 attack, which is a common theme for the flag monsters, the Ultimate Flag Mechs. They also have kind of a Gundam type aesthetic. They're like humanoid robots, which is, you know, kind of cool. It's made them kind of fan favorites. But Ultimate Flag Mech Ace Breaker is a really cool card because we can send 2 monsters, has to be monsters specifically, from our hand to the graveyard, destroy a face-up monster on your opponent's field. So it has to be face-up, which is kind of the weakness of this card, and obviously losing 2 cards does kind of suck. But there will be a lot of times where you just want an unconditional pop. I say unconditional, it still has to be face-up, but it's still very good to get rid of threats. It means you can play around back row by not attacking into them, you can just pop the monster. So very, very good card. The next kind of... this one wasn't played as much, but it's still pretty good. Ultimate Flag Mech Gold Rush. Again, 2500 attack. We can send a machine-type effect monster from our hand to the graveyard to add a machine-type normal monster from your graveyard to your hand. Then if your opponent has 3 attack position monsters on the field, you can special summon a normal monster from your hand. So the main card to combo with this is going to be our other 2500 attack boss monster in Tough Striker, which is just a 2500 vanilla, but you can obviously bring it back to your hand and special summon out using Gold Rush, which is a good way to cheat out 3 high-level monsters onto the field, which is pretty good. The other thing is that high attack vanillas, especially level 7s, do get a lot of support in the future in things like... oh god, I'm trying to think. Gate was one of the cards. Parallel Birthgate. Send the top card of your deck to the graveyard. Then, if you have no cards in your hand, special summon up to 2 normal monsters from your graveyard. So, this is a really good way to just get back a lot of the high attack level 7s from your graveyard. And then the other one, which was put on the restricted list, is Secret Order. This card basically dominated Rush Duel for quite a long time. We can special summon a level 7 normal monster from your hand or graveyard. Obviously, if you get it from your hand, you can unbrick yourself, and if you get it from the graveyard, you're getting maximum value. This turn, the special summon monster gains 700 attacks, so again, a 25 is going to become 32, which is crazy, and cannot be destroyed by trap cards, which means, again, plays around Widespread. It plays around Mirror Force when that eventually comes out. It plays around Sakuretsu Armor. It's just a really, really strong spell card, and when this card was at 3, we saw it alongside the Parallel Birthgate in a deck called Gate Order, which basically just stuffed a bunch of level 7 normal monsters into the deck. So if we do start seeing our Ultimate Flag Mechs, and we do get our Ultimate Flag Mech Tough Striker, this is kind of the first piece of that puzzle, and we'll slowly start to see that come into the game, but I don't know if we will see Order. I think Konami probably realized that Gate Order was a bit of a problem deck, and thus are probably not going to introduce it, and if they do, I imagine there'll be heavy restrictions put on the deck. Some of the other cards in this archetype are also fine. We got Cannon Rhino, which can just give piercing, which is nice. Obviously, it's a 1 tribute monster, which is not ideal. Obviously, you'd rather just not be running level 6s if you can, or level 5s and 6s, but having, again, in-archetype access to piercing is always going to be really good. They have a 1500 attacker, which is just a decent... It's 1500 attack, there's not really much to say about that. It's fine. Then Bolt Tricorn, this is a much, much more modern support for this deck. A lot of these other cards are kind of old. This one is very, very new. If you have no other monsters on your field, then the top card of your deck to the graveyard. 1 face-down spell trap on your opponent's field cannot be activated until the end of your opponent's next turn. So it's nice to kind of temporarily deal with back row. And then there is Lid Unicorn, which is if we have 3 light attribute monsters on our field, change 1 face-up, level 4 or lower monster on your opponent's field to face-down defense position. Then you can special summon a level 5 machine-type monster from your hand face-down. This card hasn't really seen much play. I don't really know if there is a way to break this, but we haven't really been seeing this card be used in any kind of tournament play, so not a huge fan of it. But then there's Burge Cyclone, which has been seeing a ton of play. Shuffle 3 machine-type monsters from your graveyard into the deck. This turn, this face-up card is treated as 2 tributes. So it's really, really good. Again, specifically has to be light attribute machine, and that's because machines do come in a lot of different flavors. Dark machines are kind of a more maximum-focused style deck, and earth machines are kind of their own thing. It starts off as just kind of earth machine, and then it kind of evolves into join tech, which just kind of combines the old earth machines with the new earth machines. But light machines is very much its own thing, and only really combos particularly well with the Cyber Dragons, which do come out eventually. Then we've already talked about Aim Eagle, and then this flag is irrelevant, it has nothing to do with the archetype. But it's very, very interesting that we are seeing some of these cards. I would imagine we're probably just going to see these two to start with, the Ultimate Flag Mech Gold Rush and the Ultimate Flag Mech Tough Striker. I don't know if we'll see Mech Ace Breaker this early. I mean, maybe we will. I'm just not entirely convinced we will yet. I also, again, do not think we are going to see Mirror Innovator because, I don't know, Mirror Innovator this early just seems so crazy. Like, it's so early for Mirror Innovator. I don't know. I really don't know. But if we do get all of these cards, and especially if we do get Mirror Innovator, this deck will be pretty damn good. I think, realistically, Mirror Innovator is the card that will be the linchpin of the deck. Obviously, we do have skills in Rush, in Duel Links specifically, which do add extra value, and so that is something we could see as well. And in fact, they could, instead of giving us Mirror Innovator and still want to make the deck good, just give us a really cool skill to work with these cards. Obviously, we already have this one here, but this is just reveal one of our boss monsters, return one of the card from your hand or field to your deck, and swap it with a Aim Eagle. This can help you unbrick, I guess. But like we say, Aim Eagle just gives us an extra 1,000 attack. If this was getting out the Bicorn, I think this would be better, but Aim Eagle's fine too. And then we have our second Yuga skill. Can be used if the only level 7 or higher monsters in your deck are spellcasters and warriors. So this is specifically to work with Ridacross, who is a warrior that works in the spellcaster deck. Obviously, Ridacross is a card that back in the day did nothing. Nobody cared about this card. This card was complete trash. Nobody used it. Flat out bad. It does eventually get a fusion though, which did give it a little bit of... It did see a tiny bit of play. Not a ton. But the fusion monster that you make with this is kind of decent. The downside is you do have to still run this really bad card in your deck. I don't know if the skill is going to make this worth it, but can only be activated on turn 2 onwards. Return one card in your hand to the deck. Reveal one level 5 or level 7 light monster from your hand to add Ridacross, or one level 5 light monster from your deck to your hand. So there's 2 level 5 light... I can't remember if they're warriors or spellcasters, but they work with Ridacross. No, they are going to do the spellcasters then. I cannot for the life of me remember what they're called. But if I recall, they were pretty mid. They were pretty much, you don't want them. They're just kind of bricks in the deck. But you can add Rightful Magic from your deck to your hand. So this is interesting, right? We have to lose a card. Then we have to reveal a level 5 or 7. But then we get to plus by adding Ridacross or a level 5. And then we also get to add Rightful Magic to our hand. So we're effectively plus 1ing off of this skill. And we do guarantee a Rightful Magic, which will make one of our opponent's monsters lose 600 attack, which is okay, right? That's kind of like having the Red Eye skill, right? The downside is, with the Red Eye skill, it kind of sorts you out a lot better, and you don't have to run a card in your deck that reduces your opponent's monster attack by 600. You just get that, right? Whereas now, Rightful Magic is going to be like a Garnet that you're just not going to want to draw, which is going to feel kind of bad, because it's like, well, do you run just one copy? Do you run multiples in case you draw one to still value off the skill? It doesn't feel great. As for Ridacross itself, though, we can shuffle 2 spellcasted monsters from our graveyard into the deck, special summon up to 2 level 5 or lower spellcasted monsters, face up from your hand to your field. So again, it just gets out 3 guys, and you can weaken something by 600. I don't think this is going to be great. I'm not sure if you haven't reloaded in a bit, but there's another unknown skill that's been updated. Let's have a look. Let's have... here we go. So let's have a look at this one. Can be used the turn you haven't activated a level 5 monster's effect. Return one level 5 monster in your hand to the deck to draw a card. That is a bit of a weird one. I don't know. So you have to return a level 5, so you can't use this with, for example, the level 6s from Ancient Arise. Obviously, you'd want to play those in their own deck anyway. But if we are playing any number of level 5s, we can put one back in to draw, so it kind of can unbrick us a little bit. I'm not like too impressed with this. This is kind of like bad switcheroo, I guess. Because it's like switcheroo, but it has to be a level 5. And you can only do it every other turn. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to see much out of this. Unless there's something I'm like forgetting, like a way to plus by adding like an extra 5 to your hand somehow and then swapping that away. But also you can always just draw another brick. Lol. Yeah, that was always the problem with switcheroo, right? You'd activate switcheroo, shuffle a brick away, and draw the exact same card back out, and you'd be like, what do I do now? This has done nothing. I might as well have not had a skill. And then there's the Mimi skill. This skill can be used if the only effect monsters with 1700 or more attack in your deck are Aqua type. That's an interesting stipulation. That basically means what? You can run Torna? We with the big raid 16 duelists. Welcome in, everyone. We are the Tomato Sauce. We are looking over the new leaks that have come out specifically for Rush before we jump into some KoG. How was the stream, Shui? I hope you had a great time. I saw you were climbing with Witchcrafters. I haven't actually tried that deck out yet, but it looks really, really cool. I played against Witchcrafters a little bit in TCG, but I haven't seen what they look like in Duel Links as of yet. But yeah, this is a weird one, right? This restriction is interesting. 1600 is a weird number. I think the only really relevant monster at 16 is going to be the Tawna, which is fine, I guess. But then we can return Party 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 or Triple Threat Thunder to add D and Keto from your deck to your hand. Now, I don't think this is great. Party 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 is a bit weak to begin with. Like, it's okay, but it's not great. Triple Threat Thunder, fantastic, but we only have one copy of it. And when would you ever play this skill over the other Mimi skill, the what was it, Cure Master D and Keto, which can just get you 1,000 life points and recycle your seahorses? I don't know. It's a weird one. So yeah, as for these rush skills, this is definitely the most interesting one. Yuga skill 1 is definitely the most interesting one. And I don't actually think the skill itself is particularly interesting. I think it's just knowing that we're going to have light machines is really, really cool. And I think it'll be cool to see what actually ends up happening with that. So yeah, that's my first impressions. I don't think Ride Across is going to be really good. This skill doesn't do enough. Like, I think this skill would have to say, like, you get to boost your attack and weaken your opponents and +1, and then maybe Ride Across would be good. But Ride Across is such a bad card that you really need to do so much to make it remotely good. Mimi skill, again, I don't think it will see any play. I mean, maybe we'll experiment with it, but I don't really see it. Unknown skill, again, I'm not really feeling it. But this Yuga skill 1, maybe there's something here. But now, back to the rush dueling. So, we're going to be trying out Tempest Drive. We're just going to jump into some games with it. We haven't played this deck at all, so we are going in completely blind, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, Shadow's coming to Duel Links is really, really cool. Well, a Shadow skill. It'll be interesting to see if they do go all out with Shadow. Right, if they do give, like, absolutely everything. I don't actually know how many Shadow cards are currently in. I assume there must be some. But unless, like, the cards have been played in recent tournaments, I'm not super up to date with the speed side. Bunch of defense monsters. We can set Tribute out, swap a guy to attack if we want. That's probably going to be the play, because we don't want to end with 2 high levels in hand. Although, I think I'd rather just summon this in attack mode. It's in 1 physical wind attribute, gains 400 attack to the end of the turn. We don't need that. Oh, wait. No, yeah, we will do that, because then we can boost our Tiger up in case he has a 1400 butt. Yeah, sure, we'll get one of these out of the deck. I don't want to discard, I'd rather have the 7's Road for the follow-up turn. Hey, already paying off. And then we'll pass on that. Being quite pompous. We're saying it all year round, but I was told they'd never becoming, etc. too broken for Duel Links. I think that's something that everyone says, right? It's literally... that could never come to Duel Links, it would be too overpowered. There was a time when people were saying that Link monsters would be too strong for Duel Links. Look at us now. Okay, we do have our trap card to deal with this, depending on what he's got. He has just milled Hammer Crush. Oh, his graveyard is all gas right now. Oh, Summon Skull as well. Servant of Dawn. Ah, it's this skill. The skill that never gets played. So that's protecting his Summon Skull. No, it's protecting Summon Skull. It's protecting his other one. I think we will flip this over. Get rid of the Summon Skull. Because we can beat over this, assuming our Seven's Road makes it to the grave. Or makes it out to the field. We have to take a large chunk of damage here, which is not ideal. So we'll summon out Paku Paku. We can then activate the effect. Put this on the bottom of the deck. And then we'll summon out our All-Seeing White Tiger. We'll put it back in our hand. Then we can normal summon. I could tribute to, then summon. Put the back in the hand. Okay, we'll do this. We'll go 1, 2. Then we'll summon Paku Paku. We currently have 2, so we will use the effect now just to guarantee this thing gets over the 25. Oh, we did misplay that a little bit. Because now we can't get out the other one. That's fine. It's because Paku Paku says if you have no monsters on your field. This is our first time playing Paku Paku Chu, so we're going to be making some mistakes here. This is fine. Swing over this. I used Paku Paku Chu in a pure beast deck a very long time ago, and that was in, Rush Physical rather than, or Rush Modern, rather than Rush Duel Links. And they came to Duel Links and were indeed too OP. I mean, yeah, the game drastically changes with Links, right? I don't think anyone can really deny that, but is it drastically changed for the better or the worse is the question. I think it's fine. Paku Paku is no Giga Chad carrier. Exactly. It's the same. Paku Paku 2 is so restrictive, I think. The only real super benefit of it is that you can recycle other copies of it, which is nice, but they go to the bottom of your deck, so you have to shuffle to get any value out of it. And you can bring back a 1500 attacker, which is nice. Unfortunately, we do have the main issue of the spellcasters, which the beasts also share, which is you don't end on very high attack boards. It's quite easy to be beaten over. Well, these are cards. I can empty my hand with some of this. So this is pretty good, right? We'd have to send a card from our hand to the grave, but it has to specifically be Bender Break. So we'll do this. We'll send this. Then we'll do 1, 2, 3. Oh, look at them. Look at them all there. All so weak. So feeble. I think here we will send 1 for 2. Then activate. Activate. Go to battle. Then we'll get in for a chunk of damage. And then we'll pass. Man, if we had milled a different attribute there, like a water or an earth, we would have just completely won the game there. Nobody just screenshot my comment in one of the grand stream as well. If only I was gambling, man. I'll be sure to give props to the stream. It's one of those weird ones, right? Where it's like, what? I don't know how many different like archetypes and stuff haven't made their way into Duel Links yet. There's got to be so many, right? It's like we just got some Ancient Warriors stuff, and I'm like, well, is that the first Ancient Warriors that have come in? I really need to like catch up with speed. Again, I'm keeping up to date a little bit with the meta, like what people are playing in tournaments, but outside of that, nothing. Well, Dragius unfortunately contests pretty much this entire board, which is pretty scary. Can't believe we stood out of silent on our arc. That is a bit weird, actually. I guess, especially when we have things like Crackdown. I feel like Honor Arc isn't... I mean, we have, like, the entire Relinquished deck, right? Now, obviously, Honor Arc is better. Let's not undersell it, but still. So that's our last copy of that. Which kind of sucks. Can we just empty our hand? Alright, we'll summon. Summon. Tribute 1. Tribute 2. We'll activate our skill. Boost this up. Set this. We'll activate the effect of Bender Break. Send this. Or weaken this. Or then normal summon this. Go to battle. Swing him. And then we'll win. And there we go, 100% win rate. What we should do is just retire this deck now, and then we can make the YouTube video 100% win rate Beast deck. Best deck, question mark? Still need more zombie support, like for generic rank 4s. It is good. But from what I was told, they're holding it back because obviously the whole Zexal rank up crap. That's about how many rank up cards are actually even in Duel Links right now. I assume there must be a handful. But yeah, I mean, doing all of like the chaos numbers and stuff would make... Yeah, sorry about ads. No one likes the ads. But the has there ever been a good zombie deck in Rush? So zombies have had a little stint of playability, and that was in the form of Shadow Ghoul and another level 6 zombie that I forget, but the level 6 zombie basically is the effect to bring back Shadow Ghoul from the graveyard. So basically, Shadow Ghoul. Shadow Ghoul is the good zombie card. I guess we're just gonna set these and pass. I want a zombie deck for speed duel. Yeah. I mean, Shiranui, right? That's in speed? I want to say Shiranui's in speed. Hated Shiranui. I mean, that's understandable. The only thing is, modern zombies in Yu-Gi-Oh! Tend to be kind of floodgatey, right? Using things like Zombie World. I mean, I guess if you like that kind of strategy, that's fine. Oh man, if only I had a spell card. I can get a spell card. I can weaken his guy, get in for a crap ton of damage. So, this is 600. So 1, 2... can get this out quite easily. What do we want to end on? You? So it'll be 1, 2 for you. You into you. You, which means you're left over. So we can flip this up. Activate the effect. Send this. Not the draw we wanted, but that's fine. Do we need to do that now? Alright, we'll summon out Beast Summoner. Activate the effect. Summon out Bender Break. Flip this up. Activate its effect. Weaken this. We'll then Tribute 2. Activate his effect. Normal summon. Go to battle, swing over, and we'll just get in for a ton. I think our skill limitation meant we couldn't use it here. Hey, Shiranui, people make a trap deck. Oh, Shiranui had, like, one really bonkers trap card at the very least. But yeah, trap decks, yeah, do get a bit boring, I have to admit. Getting a Mayakashi skill that would suggest we're getting the Link and level 7 Synchro. I want Uni-Zombie Mizuki. So you want like all the old zombies. Alright, well there's Beast Summoner. We can weaken by 200. Question is, will I be able to use my skill? We're getting the limitations on my skill already. We haven't revealed it. Can I see it in deck info? Tempest Drive. One face-up wind monster that was summoned this turn gains 400 attack to the end of the turn except from your hand of the deck. If you have set it, your hand add a wind attribute to your deck to your hand. Okay. There's no restriction on it, so why couldn't I do it last time? Have I done something weird in deck building? Right, we'll activate Beast Summoner. Summon him out. Why can't I use my skill? What have I done? Have I put a non-beast in my deck? A non-beast or spellcaster? I must have, right? I must have. The only monster in your deck is spellcasters or beast. None. One face-up wind monster on your field that was summoned this turn. It was summoned this turn. Gains 400 attack to the end of the turn. Why can't I do that? Who in here isn't a spellcaster or a beast? What have I done? I've done something stupid. I just don't know what it is. Can't do anything else then, so we might as well change this to defense. The level 3? Or is it level 2? I don't know. This is a beast, this is a spellcaster, this is a beast, this is a beast, this is a beast. Spellcaster, spellcaster, spellcaster's beast. And this specifically says, the only monster in your deck are spellcasters or beasts. One face-up wind attribute monster on the field that was summoned this turn gains 400 attack to the end of the turn. Unless it has to be normal summoned? Fortunately, we don't have anything we can do into this then. We have to just pass. I can only assume it's because we used Beast Summoner to summon it out. Because we had the same problem last turn as well. I guess summoned means normal summon? As far as I know, it should work. Hey, Steve. Although it's kind of annoying, because we could have just normal summoned it. We were trying to just keep cards in our hand. It is a little bit annoying, because I think we would have won this game. No, we 100% would have won this game, right? We gained 600, crash, attack in. So we lost this game because of that, but I guess at least we now know. We'll have to test that a little bit again. I was wanting to test this skill as well. Yeah, it's... Unfortunately, the deck's kind of bad, right? But we sort of play it, see how strong it is. You know, can it take games off of the stronger decks? Essentially, we're going to have to see, because we have to test this now. Because we looked through the deck, we didn't have any cards that wouldn't use it. I can only assume that summoned doesn't include special summon. Which is just more and more L's for Beast Summoner, because that means it doesn't work with the Volt Condor skill, and it doesn't work with the Bender Break skill. Which is pretty rough. Just enjoy some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles while we wait for the game to start. I'm surprised that we are searching for opponent for so long, considering the events are off, which means there should be more people about. It's a couple days after well, several days after the ranked season started, which means, again, there should be plenty of players. Oh no. Will the game ever start? Are we stuck in limbo forever? Is our deck too based to play another game? Now the question is, how long until we just quit out and research? Right, let's drop out. Something funky's going on there, right? That was too long. That was way too long. There we go. Alright. Let's see what our beast deck can do. Oh, I think it's a Japanese player. Playing Luke. It's one of those things where I think when other people queue into us, they're going to look at us as a Yuga and be like, oh, thank God it's not a Luke. Okay. I guess here we'll normal summon. We will go ahead and activate our skill. We'll boost this, and then we will set it from deck. We'll then summon, summon, set. We're going to leave this one in hand for now. This will automatically clear, and then we do get in for 27, which is a decent chunk. And then we'll pass. Now, he is going to know which one is our Tempest, which means he knows the one to hit if he's got back row removal. Thanks for the follow, God of War. Ooh, okay. So we're probably about to get Slayed. Slayer is what I'm expecting here. Yeah. So now, he should know to pop this, but then he seemed to be in a pretty good position there. I don't know why he scooped. But, you know, we take those. We take those. What we should probably do as well is record that one. And then go again. Alright, let's see what we're against this time. Is it going to be a Luke? This is a rush-only player. We can tell because of their awards that they've got given. We're going first. He's got a win streak of 4. Witch is kind of fine. We don't really want to end with a ton of cards in our hand. Probably get rid of Witch with Dealer. That is fine. It like complicates things like a tiny amount, but overall. Right, we'll set this. We'll tribute set. And we are going to set the Paku Pakuchu and pass. Right. Let's see what they got for us. We're gonna predict. This is probably, of all the light casters, I wasn't expecting Bubbly Elf. Okay, so it is SAR. Or the casters, or the Aquas. Okay. But this 100% confirms SAR. So this does mean he can beat over our 2500 but SAR is pretty adept at doing that anyway, so. Loving the music? Yeah, we are listening to just a video game soundtrack that I listen to occasionally. Oh, he didn't boost it. Our man got greedy and was punished. Okay, okay. We got plays now. Paku Pikachu's effect won't work. Because we have a monster on the field. We cannot use our effect. So, I think we do just hard set Tempest. Or set to. Or tribute these. Activate the effect. Go to battle, and then I think we are just going to poke over this. I could have swung over with the 19, but Bender Break is more useful like this, I feel. This way, he kind of eats a 7's road attack. Either that, or he needs to get out another Splat, or he gets out a Tauna to deal with it. He has tons of ways to actually deal with it, but in attack mode, he could just make a massive push and take a chunk of our life points. Oh, he's playing the Dark Magician with it. Summons out Bubbly. Tributes it for 7's Road. Ugh. Uses the effect, puts the card back. Oh no, he doesn't need to. That means he still has that live. That's really scary. Yeah, this is what we were afraid of, which is why we didn't put this in attack mode. That's his second SRM in Grave. Well, goodbye Bender Break. Goodbye SRM. And goodbye life points. This is going to be pretty tough. We just keep drawing out these garnets, don't we? We don't have a ton of options. Silverwolf really doesn't do anything. I think we kind of need to find like a widespread here to really kind of stabilize. Unfortunately that doesn't do it. Because we can get this guy out, but he doesn't actually fix any of our issues. I think we just die no matter what, right? We can clear over one of his guys. If we clear SRM, he searches an SRM with his skill and summons it out using 7's Road Witch. So I actually think the better option is just to hit Witch. I think we're dead here literally no matter what, right? This goes up to 39-ish, slams over this. That hits there, then he gets a direct attack in. We didn't see any trap cards, so... I mean, we only have the one trap card to see, so it's not like we were expecting to see it. Unfortunately, SAR, specifically, where it can summon 3 high attack monsters, is really bad against us. Or really good against us. And he found this anyway, so he's going to get maximum value. Well, we'll let him have his victory lap. We won't just surrender, we'll let him beat us up. It's kind of fine. It's nice to see people still playing SAR. This deck seems like it's almost dead. And it still seems like a strong enough deck. It's just less popular now. I'm surprised he's running so much back row, to be honest. I wonder what these are. Like, these could be, like, widespread plus, like, reincarnation or something. Because obviously you can play Recital in the deck, but I think Recital not as good in that deck. I think you're better off just not playing many back row. Let's take a look at what he was on. Oh no, he was playing... Oh, that's weird. I don't like the barrier in this deck. And why are you playing a 1-1 split of Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl? That's also very weird. I guess just to use Dark Magician 7's Road Witch to get out Dark Magician, just as like a third high attack monster, sometimes. Then he's playing 9 Aquas as well. That means he doesn't actually have much. He's got, what, 1 Fire for 7's Road Magician? He's got 1 Earth, 1 Wind. Jesus, this is such a bad build of this deck. Oh well. Let's see if our Beast deck can go for it. Playing a very weird version of SAR. Yes, exactly. It's just, it's so... Brick on 12 tributes them out. And as well, they're like the worst possible, right? I don't know why you'd... If you're going to play Dark Magician, go all in on it, right? Play the 3 Dark Magician Girl. Although, in my opinion, you shouldn't be playing Dark Magician unless you're playing Magician Shuffle anyway, but... Because again, it just becomes get lucky the game. Yeah, Beast Summoner. I'm still not sure how I feel about this card. If it worked with the skills, I would be quite happy with Beast Summoner, but where it doesn't seem to work with either skill, ugh. So again, our skill. Then you can set revenge if you handle Dexter's by tracker. Okay. So if I summon this, and then I activate the skill, I can boost its attack and set Road Magic Tempest. Then I can summon this, tribute both, no matter what I do though, I can't do everything I want. Okay, we'll just throw this out then. We'll go for the Tempest. Let's just change all of them to attack. I get a little bit of damage in here. I think realistically this was a really bad turn. I just kind of want to see what I was working with. Guess we just set. We'll go battle and then we will... Is this just any? Yeah, we'll just clear this. So we get a load of damage in, but at what cost? At what cost? Okay, this is more of a testing period where we're just trying to work out what does what. Do we take Beast Summoner out of the deck if it doesn't work with the skill? It's tricky. Gee, we are about to take so much damage. He doesn't even have to boost this, so he can boost both of these. Slam, slam. Oh, that was a mistake, mate. You should have put it there. He could have gamed us this turn, right? No, he wouldn't. He would have put us down to 1,300 life points. Okay, didn't want to use that. What do we do with this? We don't have another beast. Or is it any beast? It's just any beast. Okay, so we can do this then. Summon, activate Paku Paku Chu. We'll put Bender Break to the bottom. Return this to hand. Then we what? We summon. Can activate the skill here. I guess we kind of just want to summon this, right? Yeah, we'll do this. So I should be able to use my skill still. Here it comes. Boost the attack. And we'll set our spell card. I think it goes up to by 400. Christ. So my guess is he's going to have the widespread. Yep. We beat over this, and then we probably just lose next turn. Yeah, I don't know. Is Beast Summoner still worth playing if it doesn't work with the skill? That's the question we now have to ask ourselves. I don't know. Part of me feels like it's not. I could just put something else in. But then I don't even know what else I'd put in. Maybe just some more spellcasters. But then again, is a spellcaster on its own? Well, goodbye Tempest. Obviously you already knew what that was. Dragonic Resonance, as expected. And then smack, 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 dead. Again, we'll let him have his victory lap. We won't deny him. Alright. Do we take her out? I guess it comes down to how many other dark spellcasters we currently have in the deck, right? I think that's what it's going to come down to. Because if we don't have a ton of dark casters, we got, what, 4? So if we take this out, that'll be more darks out. We've already got 3 waters. We've got 4 winds, but obviously only one of them's a spellcaster. We've got plenty of earth at 6. We've got 3 light. Oh, we've got even more winds there as well. So we don't really need anything else in. It just comes down to, is there any other good generic beast or spellcasters that we would want to put in? I don't think there is. I think we've kind of hit all of the ones we want. Let's have a quick gander. Beast and spellcasters. It's really nothing, is there? Chusuke, the mouse fighter, probably not going to make the cut. We don't have any fire in the deck. But if we take more casters out... Alright, we'll try this. We'll take these out for these. Because we want 3 fire... we want 3 spellcasters that are fire. Means our dark might be a little bit low now, but I think this is fine. I don't know if it's worth playing any more trap cards. I think the only trap card that would be worth it would be Recital. Because, I mean, Barrier is just terrible into this deck, right? It just doesn't do anything. Phantom Bind is really, really good against the right decks. Against the wrong decks, does absolutely nothing. Call of the Earthbound is something we could run in here, but I just don't like this trap card. It just feels like 99% of the time it doesn't do anything. And then Music Princess's Recital is probably the best choice, but I don't think we need to just stuff it in here. Alright, let's go again. Let's see if we can get a few more wins on the old beasts. I think the difficult part is going to be knowing when to pull the trigger and when to play passively. Because the deck can pull off these like silly OTKs occasionally. But if you throw all your resources away on like a push that doesn't accomplish much, like we did in that last game. But we did get our opponent down to like 2,000 life, which was nice, but it was nowhere near threatening lethal. Alright, let's see what our opponent has for us this time. Is it going to be another Luke? And we have Yuga. So, is this the same guy we played against before? It is. So this is the SAR player. I really don't like our matchup into SAR. Unfortunately, there's not a ton we can actually do about that. All we can really do is go on the defensive. We could have discarded the SRM, but we kind of want it for the crackback. The only thing is, it doesn't really make a very strong crackback unless we can cheat it out with something like Witch, so... Oh, is he going all on the defensive? Back row. Now we know this guy plays 4 back row. In order to use Rush Magic Tempest, we'd have to discard a wind card, which we can't do, which means there is no reason to summon anything out. Because I'm guessing... Oh, I did not mean to do that. I mean, that's fine. We're going to sack it anyway. So we'll set. Tribute set. We'll set this. And then we'll set this. Then we just have to pass. Hamter. Exactly, Hamter. Look at his face. Look at his little face. Paku Pikachu is so cute. I mean, just look at it. If we did have everything set up there, we would have gone for a push, but we would need the level 7 spellcaster, we would need to summon a wind monster, and we would also have needed to discard a wind monster, and we did not have all three. We could have summoned or discarded, we couldn't have done both. Let's see what he's got for us. Takes the SRM. Tributes 2. Summons up the SRM. Summon, tribute out. Okay. Gonna boost itself if he's smart. Nope, he's a dumbass. Okay. He keeps misplaying as well, which is... just makes me feel even more sad that we're losing to him. Well, we'll deal with that. Bang. Take 100. Bang. Take 700. Alright, there's Tempest. There's a wind monster to... again, we need another wind monster. We can weaken one of his guys if we want. Mind you, we don't need to summon a wind because we've hard drawn this. We could just activate it and change monsters' battle position. But again, what does that do here? They're already in attack mode. We could flip this up. Weaken one of his guys. And then do a big push. I think that might be the play. We'll flip this up. Activate the effect. Weaken this. Then we can tribute 1, 2. Now, which one do we want? No matter how we do this, we do get punished by his back row. So we will tribute to summon this. Activate the effect of Seven's Road. We'll activate the effect of Tempest Drive. Set this down. We'll set this down. We'll activate his effect. Oh, should have done it for the other one. Oh well. So we'll swing into this. Chances are we're about to get widespreaded. Nothing we can do about that. So now we'll swing into this. This is guaranteed. And then we probably trade here. Unless he's got specifically... okay, a barrier, so we do trade. Yeah, so our misplay there was we thought we could bend or break both of his monsters because we're just silly. Because in our head I was like, well, it's the same number of spell traps that he has monsters, which means I can do it to 2 different monsters. But no, it was only 1. Which means we should have weakened the other one, then we wouldn't have lost our Torna. But we probably would have still lost our entire board on the crackback. We just would have been 1,600 life points up. But again, we're going to have growing pains when we're learning the deck for the first time. That's not a big deal. Alright, SRM. He didn't even use the skill to search, which means he has hard drawn 2 SRMs, which means he still has his effect live, which is terrifying. I know, he's only actually seen 1 SRM so far. Okay, so we would have been 1,600 life points higher, but I don't think that would have made a huge difference. Tempest is a completely dead card here. Beat over that, beat over that. Crash into that? Oh, we can beat over it. Okay. I mean, I guess that's the play. We'll just do as much damage as we can before we lose. Summon this. Activate this. Go to battle. Beat over this. How much is that? That's almost lethal, which is very funny. Turbo couldn't use his effect. We can literally get him down to, what, 30... That'd be 27 off of him, but we can't kill, so there's no point. Yeah, but the issue is, he, again, hasn't used his skill yet, which means any level 6 is lethal. Like, even if we had the extra 16, any level 6 is still lethal. Tributes that, summons out a 6, and it's the best possible 6, uses SAR, sends a card, summons out the SRM, uses SRM effect, boost to a crap ton, attack over anything. He didn't use SRM effect. I suppose he doesn't need to. But yeah, that was lethal anyway. So our misplay didn't end up mattering. We could have done an extra 400 damage, which also... Actually, the extra 400 damage would have mattered. Which means, yes, we did... Our misplay did lose us that game. We actually would have won that game if we didn't misplay. Okay, that's good to know, though. Because, again, if we'd done the extra 400 damage by not losing to the barrier, then we would have attacked into his attack mode monster, the weaker one. The, what, 1200 attack Lamoon? And gotten in for the... What was it, 37? 27? 27. Which would have been game. Alright, Mimi. Let's see what Mimi's got. It's Faithful 13 on a win streak of 5. So that's telling me this is like... Oh, 36 card deck. Okay. That's a bit funky. We keep opening 2 tribute monsters as well, which is really not ideal. Well, we'll go ahead and tribute set. We'll also set this, and then we'll pass the turn. Let's see what Faithful has for us. Now, my initial thought was 5 win streak on Mimi means probably Aqua Aggro, but 36 cards really just means this could be anything. Like, no deck runs 36 cards, which means this is just an amalgamation pile, most likely. Which we are starting to see. Gravity Press with Aquas usually means Disco Fever, but again, 36 card deck. Well, goodbye Gazelle. Let's see what we got. We can Tempest if we want to, but what do we gain out of it? We can't kill from this position. I can grab out any wind monster from my deck. Summon, set that, grab out any wind, use it to flip that up, but again, I can't get anywhere near lethal. Alright, we'll summon out the All-Seeing White Tiger. We're going to activate our skill now, because I'd rather have a 1500 attacker on his turn. We want to set one from the deck. We'll flip up Bender Break. We'll set another card. Ah, I should have done that before. I forgot. I get its face up. Bender Break. I am not used to you yet. We are not used to you yet, Bender Break. Get this out. We'll summon this. Activate his effect. Go to battle, and we'll swing in. Now, is it... Has he found the one of Widespread in a 36 card deck in the opening hand? That's the question. Has he done it? Has he found it? The tension is killing me. It's like, no. Okay, let's see if we can get him with this then. If he has a barrier, now would be the time to use it if he wants to protect it. It's got 0 attack, so it doesn't matter. And we do just get in for 19. Then we pass. So we do only have one more Road Magic Tempest, which means we can only use our skill... Well, we can only use the other part of our skill one more time. We can always still just boost. Okay, Seahorse Carrier. Everyone's favourite. See what he's got for us. Summons out, or gets out Canaan. Sets a monster, double tribute. And again, this could be anything. Dragius would obviously be the most annoying card, because it's Dragius. All things considered, not too bad. Now, is he on Disco Fever? That's going to be the question. This is more evidence towards the Disco Fever route. What are you going to discard here? A level 4 or lower monster, which means I'm assuming you're going to set 2? No, so you could have set that in defense, but instead you chose to discard it. So now we're going to put Seahorse back in. Activates that to gain 1,000. Doesn't attack because he's afraid of our back row, despite him knowing what one of our back row is. Interesting, interesting. Right, we're going to activate Road Magic Tempest. We're going to discard this. We're going to flip this up. And we're going to leave that in attack mode. We're now going to set this. Activate Bender Break effect. I should have set the other one rather than that one. Again, keep forgetting how our skill works. We'll set this. Activate his effect. Go to battle. We will swing into this. We'll then swing into this. And then we'll swing in for 19. And then we'll pass. So, again, we should have had a widespread here. But we keep forgetting how Bender Break works. But we will get it. We'll get it. We'll get it down. We'll get it down. It's just, Bender Break is such a terrible card. I think I used this in one episode of Character Draft and then never touched this card again because it is so unbelievably bad. I don't think we could have got any more damage in. We could have just had a widespread protecting us here. The fact that as well, we've seen that he's on Cure Master D and Keto means he could have a Dragius still in the deck. Which obviously would be the scariest thing for us. Finds another carrier. That's 2 carriers back to back in the old 36 card deck. So that's pretty lucky from him. Now, has he found a Dragius? Double carrier. Very, very lucky from our opponent. Now, has he found 2 big tribute monsters as well to take full advantage? If he's found double carrier into like double Dragius, then we have just been sacked off the planet. Triple Threat Thunder. If you double Dragius me now... Okay, Reincarnation's fine. We are more than fine with Reincarnation. Takes back Boogie Master. The chances are tribute both Seahorses for Boogie Master. Then is he going to use Boogie Master effect? Okay, we are using Boogie Effect, which means... Are we just going to leave this on the field? Surely you can't just leave Lamoon on the field. And a back row. Okay, so that could be the widespread finally. That's why he's feeling relative... I don't like you leaving that on the field. If I get any Tribute Monster, you're just dead, right? Well, I suppose it would have to be Seven's Road. Well, there is Seven's Road, but we are still in a bit of a weird predicament. We'll summon out Silverwolf. We'll activate Silverwolf. There is no reason at all to weaken Diankito, because no matter what, I cannot deal with Diankito. So we will weaken this. And we'll weaken this again. And we'll Tribute 2. Activate his effect. Set. Go to battle phase. We'll try and go in for game. If he widespreads, we still clear. We get a load of damage in. Okay. We win. I don't know how that guy got a 5-win streak. But at least we didn't lose to it, even if we were on a terrible deck. So that's the thing. He also did misplace several times. So we're really fortunate we didn't lose that, because I don't like losing to people that misplace so much. Gee, look at this deck. I am not a fan. So he had the 2-1 split. He's obviously been farming the event. I'm assuming this is a completely free-to-play player that probably, again, doesn't invest a ton of time into it. In which case, I respect it. Respect it. Making the best out of what you got. And now we go again. We've actually been quite fortunate to not just be against Luke every single game. I wonder if people, especially already in KoG, are getting a bit sick of Luke after just playing it and playing against it constantly in the Goha Rush Festival, and therefore everyone's kind of decided to swap onto other stuff. Where are all the midday players? It feels like back on day 1 when we were playing Rush, and there just wasn't anyone there because not many people had hit King of Games yet, but we know everyone should have hit King of Games by now. There we go. Alright, is it Luke? The ultimate question. It is Luke. So now which Luke is it going to be? Oh, it's player. Unfortunately, I think before the latest box, going first was kind of maybe not considered the best, but now going first is definitely the best, so we've kind of low-rolled here a little bit. The other issue is we don't really want to get rid of our Paku Paku Chews, but do we hold one? Holding it is kind of greedy. But I think we do. So it's greedy in the sense that if he gets to just smash us in the face and we lose too many life points early, we will just probably lose the game. But I don't like having 2 Paku Paku Chu in the graveyard straight away. That just feels so bad. Okay, so it's just Resonant Snore. So he's clever to do that. That means we're going to... If he maximizes damage, we are taking, what, 3,000, 4,000 damage here? Oh, that was unbelievably greedy. We're only taking 2,000. Wait, did he discard? Yeah, he did discard twice. Okay. We got let off very easy there. Okay. So we normal Paku Paku Chu. Activate the effect. We'll put Paku Paku Chu on the bottom. We'll grab this back to our hand. Then... we'll summon out Fire Golem. We'll Tribute 2. Summon out the boy. Activate our skill. We'll set Tempest. We'll then normal summon. Activate. Weaken Slayer. Summon again. Use the effect again. Weaken whatever, it doesn't really matter at this point. Go to battle. Swing over this. And then clear the board. And equalize life points. But he is the aggressor, which means we are still behind. He also knows what a back row is and knows he doesn't have to be afraid of it. 4-3-4. So we can use Triad Drago effect to get the free draw. Our hope is that he doesn't have any high levels. Bunker Strike is probably the worst case scenario, because now he can fix the other cards in his hand. Multi-Shot Dragon Dragons to the graveyard is pretty good for us, as long as he doesn't have Phoenix Dragon, because then it doesn't matter. Okay, summons out the Winged Dragon Guy to the Fortress, uses the Resonance now. So he's just going to clear our whole board. We'll take a bit of damage, but all things considered, not the end of the world. We do have a Wind Monster already for Tempest. Not that we need Tempest, but... okay. This is annoying, because we can get an extra monster to our hand by setting this Tempest. But... we can't get out both of our monsters. So we summon. We activate our skill. Boost this up. Then we have to set from hand. And then we can add one of these to our hand, which has to be a low level that we contribute. We then summon. Tribute 1. Tribute 2. Activate the effect. Go to battle. I mean, how much is this? This is 25. It's not worth. I think we just have to get rid of this. That's all we got. Unfortunately, he knows exactly what our 2 back row are, so he doesn't have to be afraid of either of them. What is Beast Mode? Beast Mode is because we're playing a Beast deck, Steve. Behold, the all-seeing white tiger. Are we dead? Smack for 7, smack over that for 3, smack, and then smack directly. Yeah, we're dead. Ooh, that's actually kind of funny. He needed exactly a double attacker to kill there. Or did he? No, he didn't. I'm just being silly, aren't I? I mean, realistically, we're not supposed to beat tier 1 meta threats, but I always want to be hopeful, right? We can manage to take games off of Resonance or off of Arise, then we'll feel pretty good. We've already managed to take down a couple of Aqua Aggro players. The issue is, overwhelming aggression is really hard for our deck to deal with. We kind of, if we're in a slower paced game, we can sometimes eke it out by setting up our combo, but these like super fast aggressive decks just kind of, we just can't deal with that. So right now, we just got some vibe music going on. Oh, it's Faithful again. So Faithful was the 36 card deck guy, right? Ooh, Shovel Knight. We are going first as well, which is pretty nice. We always like to go first. We get 4 cards out of our hand, which is really nice. Right, we've got Summon Skull. We can deal with the Summon Skull. I'd almost rather not. But I think we kind of have to, right? This guy is on 2 Dragius and being Keto. He's also playing back row removal, which means just leaving this on the field forever is also a bit sketch. So I think we are going to pop the Summon Skull. Yeah, we'll drop this now. Just guaranteed that's gone. Okay, we lose our Tiger, which is kind of fine. Unfortunately, we kept Fire Golem, which is the one we least wanted to keep. Alright, let's see what we got. Ugh. Okay. This ain't the best hand in the world, not gonna lie. We have stuff we can do. Alright, we'll summon. Summon. Activate the effect of Silver Wolf. Weaken. And then going to Tribute 1, Tribute 2. We're then going to activate our skill. Boost this up. Then we're going to set from hand, because that will get us another search. And we will be grabbing our All-Seeing White Tiger, who will then summon. Yeah, we're going to summon this out. So the main reason we're summoning this out is that if his back row is anything, we get punished so hard for not summoning this. Alright, has he found the 1 of Widespread in the 36 card deck in the open? We're about to find out. Yes, he's found the Widespread. Okay, that's fine. It's a little bit annoying. Because obviously we would be in such a good position if it wasn't for that. But I'm glad I did summon out the Sevens Road, because otherwise we would have lost our Bender Break, and then we would have been stuck crashing or pulsing, which both of those situations suck. This way we get to end with a monster that's bigger than his, and we actually have monsters on the field. The main issue of last turn is that we have lost our other Sevens Road from the mill. It might be worth considering I would like a way to get Seven's Road back in the deck after we've milled it, but I don't really want to play Recovery Force. And he knows what a back row is, so he doesn't have to worry about it. Oh, this is gross. There's nothing we can do about this. Oh, do not tell me you have another Tribute Monster. How is Mr. 36 card deck, right? He opens Summon Skull Widespread, 2 one-offs. And then in his second hand, he opens, or he finds Seahorse into Multi-Shot Dragon Dragius, as well as potentially another boss monster. Is that what we're about to see? I assume that's what we're about to see. Which boss monster is it good? Oh, you... Oh yeah, I guess this is lethal? Yeah, that makes sense. And you know what my back row is, so you know it doesn't do anything. So... Yeah, his turn 2, he opened, or he had Seahorse Carrier, Royal Rebels Heavy Metal, which is a one-of in his deck, and one of his 2 Multi-Shot Dragon Dragius. Which means we just got sacked into oblivion here. Are we not dead? Well, go Bender Break for not having enough attack points, I guess. But we are so far behind that we have probably lost this game. No big monsters, eh? He has no way to get to our life points outside of drawing the other Dragius. So I think we just go on the defensive. Again, we've seen his list. He has to basically find the other Dragius. Sets a couple of back row. You got another back row? The main issue here is our win con is drawing full combo, but with 2 back row, can we beat through it? It's going to be sketch, I'll tell you that much. We also need to not clog up our hand with stuff we can't play. We're going to need to find, like, the God Hand, I think, to be able to win this. Well, that's not the God Hand. I could go and get Bender Break, weaken one of his guys, and then lose. Or we can keep playing defensive. That's kind of our only options. I don't think we can afford to leave this in hand either. How many Bender Breaks we still got left in the deck? We've got 2 Bender Breaks and 1 Seven's Road. We also have our Witch. So we're going to need to find Witch, Bender Break, and Seven's Road Magician. All in the same hand. And then be able to summon them. And if he starts, he's going to use Boogie Master's effect, which means he's going to keep his life points just out of our range of kill. So I'm pretty sure we're more than dead, but we're gonna play it out. We're gonna see what happens. See how much damage we can get in. Gains 1,000. That's another back row, although we do know that they cannot be widespread. Goodbye, Tiger. Goodbye, Paku Paku Chu. And goodbye, Silver Fang. Or Silver Wolf. Right. Let's just get the God Hand right now. Here we go. That is really bad. We can get back one of the pieces. But then we have to tribute. If we can't maintain a Paku Paku Chu, Mind you, what does he do in the face of a 2500 defense monster? We go Paku Paku, activate Paku Paku effect. We will put... Do we want Paku Paku back or do we want Bender Break? I think we want Paku Paku back in. Then back to our hand, we will take... I guess it doesn't really make much difference. We'll just take this. Set. Tribute set. 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 Pass. Waiting for a response. This is our new win con. It's waiting for a response. Always play to your outs. The Inkito effect. Bonk. Take the 400. Gets rid of that. If we could get really boned, depending on what the last cards in our deck are in the order that they're in. We know the bottom card is Paku Pakuchu. So our SRM is in the top 2. Which means we have to get 2 of these cards out of our hand. I think we actually want to maintain the Silver Wolf. Okay. This is it. This is the play. This is not going to go well. We are going to lose this game, but we are going to try and do what we can. So his out to this is he tributes over the heavy metal, uses monster reincarnation, takes back the heavy metal effect kills Bender Break. That is his out to this lock that I've got him under at the moment. He's not doing that, which means I will get to do my turn how I want to do it. So we'll draw. So we'll summon out the Silver Wolf. We can't use Silver Wolf effect. Very important, because we won't have enough cards left. So we'll tribute the Silver Wolf. Summon this out. We might as well do this. No, we've just messed up really badly there. Yes, we've just messed up. That's annoying. I was trying to maximize value, but we can't do that. Ah, okay. I mean, we had lost anyway. But yeah, we really shouldn't have done that. I mean, yeah, it doesn't matter what we do, we lose here. So what would have happened if we didn't do that? We would have had this guy at 2,000. We would have had the 19 out. At 2,000, this still doesn't do anything, does it? We'd have to have hit that with that. Bender Break would have been at... He still would have been at 19 because we wouldn't have been able to summon it. So the reason we summoned that was because we wanted to tribute 2 to get this Bender Break out, which would have been able to get our skill and gain the extra attack points to be able to attack over this. But it didn't matter anyway. If we had done it that way, we would have done an extra, what, 200 damage there? Cleared We wouldn't have even cleared the board, would we? So we'd have done 2,000 there, swung over that for 14, and then swung over that for 200. So we would have cleared his board, still been nowhere near lethal. I think we do want to include a recovery force in here. I don't know if we give a shit about Torna, to be honest. Torna's not really doing much for this deck. I think just being able to reuse these is so big. We might even want another 7's Red Witch. The issue is finding room. I think 1/7's Red Witch is kind of fine, because we can't search any of it. Right, we'll go again with this. Yeah, the issue we ran into there was that our life points got too low too quick. So this is player, which is a guy we played against before. I believe this guy was just playing Resonance. Literal NPC. Ooh, 2 back row. 3 back row turn 1. He got his entire hand emptied. That is horrifying. I have no way to make use of Paku Pakachu with this hand. Sucks. I don't think I can leave that in my hand, so I think we have to just do this. We can't just sit here with 2 7's Road in hand. That's just a brick and a half. But it also means we can't push for any damage to punish him for having a low monster count. And there goes our only copy of SRM, or SRW even. And he opened the widespread. Yeah, this isn't looking great, is it? Our opponent opened the 1 of widespread again! And because we opened 2 high levels, we have effectively bricked and thus don't really have anything to do here. Now he can set up his hand exactly how he wants it. Which means if he's got a brick in hand, he can get rid of it. Another back row. So he could have gotten rid of that back row. He chose to keep it. Straight to battle. So he voluntarily kept these 2 cards in his hand. He could have put them to the bottom of his deck. We'll activate our skill. Boost our attack. Set Tempest. Summon. Tribute 2. Set. Activate 7's Road. We know that he hasn't got a widespread, which means this automatically connects. Let me pass. The issue is, again, his deck is very good at popping back row, and he knows exactly which one to target. And there's nothing we can do about that. And now he's probably going to summon out a Slayer. Oh, it's like he's an actual NPC playing the most cookie-cutter deck in the game. We can read all of his plays before he even makes them. Before he's even thought of them, we know exactly what our opponent's going to do here. Discards to get the double attack. Sets a monster. So that must be something that has literally no attack points. Our 2500 butt also does nothing against this deck. I mean, I guess we recovery force here, right? I mean, Paku Pikachu does stuff, but it's like, what does it accomplish? I mean, either way we go for it, right? The Paku Pikachu effect, we will throw Paku Pikachu back. We'll grab back. I guess it doesn't really make much difference. We can grab out an extra monster, so I guess we will take this. Alright, we'll go for Dealer. Activate Dealer. Pitch to draw. Fortunately, that doesn't sort us out at all. I mean, sure, we'll just tribute these two off. Activate our skill. Boost them up. No, we don't want to play it from anywhere else. Set this. Activate his skill. Send both. Weaken this. I think we're just going to set these. If he has an out, he has an out. But I think this is our highest likelihood of not losing. There's a chance he can't out Bender Break. It's very, very slim chance he can't out Bender Break, but there is a chance. He has pressure anyway, so it doesn't matter. And that's going to be the game, unfortunately. I think it was a combination of he opened completely... Well, again, it's a tier 1 deck versus like a tier rogue deck. But he did open completely cracked, and we opened 2 high-level monsters, which really stunted our play. Yeah, we get it. Your cringe deck does cringe things, we understand. Ugh. I do wonder, though, the people that grind all the way to King of Games playing Dragonic Resonance, then they grind out GR Festival playing Dragonic Resonance, and then they go back just to play King of Games as Dragonic Resonance. It's like, you must really love that deck. Like, I cannot fathom it. Alright, we're going first. Let's see what we got. This is a brick. That's pretty bad. That didn't make it any better. We're actually going to summon this in attack mode because there is a slim chance that he can't get over this with more than one guy, and we can use our widespread to protect. Oh, looks like it's Resonance again. Tributes 2, summons out Bunker. Bunker only gets 1 draw. Mills the Dragius. Puts a card to the bottom. Only has 2 cards to work with the rest of the turn. Uses Resonance now. 1 back row. 2 back row. Okay. So we really value getting this back row out. So we're going to pop this. We need as many normal summon monsters as we can. Jesus. What do I even do with this? I want to get some damage in, so we're going to summon an attack. And this deck is very good at getting direct damage in anyway. Like, his deck is very good at getting over 25, so putting this in defense mode doesn't really accomplish much. So we'll set this straight from deck. That's 1 less brick in the deck. I was gonna say, if you want to use a widespread on this, feel free, mate. Go to the next one. Something a bit more faster paced. Right, Slugger. Tributes 2. Summons that Slayer. Joke's on you, my back row is useless. I just want to say as well, he had an empty hand, so he just drew into Sports Dragon, Slayer, normal summon. Let's see what else he's got. Uses the Slayer, pops a back row, hits Tempest. Got another normal summon and a back row. Holy, so he drew literally perfect. Meanwhile, we've got 3 bricks in our hand. I don't know what we're supposed to do here. The worst part is we know he's got a widespread back there. I feel like we're damned if we do and we're damned if we don't. Tribute 2, summon out the Bender Break, activate the skill, gain the attack, set this, activate the effect. We'll just send both of these. Again, it doesn't make any difference. He's going to widespread our attack. Behold! I'm a genius. Predicted. I'm trying to work out if there is any redeeming qualities to the beast deck. It's just not good. Alright, we're going to save some of these replays because we want some replays for this. The question is, which ones are worth keeping? Probably one of the 2-player ones. Take that one. Now we go again. Right, let's see what we're against this time. Current win streak 6 on the Luke. That's probably not going to go well for us then. Oh my god, we're going second. Which is not great unless we're going to have something like a 7-0 Magician push. But if he just sets 3, then... Okay. Right, we're just going to summon out these 3. I'll activate the skill to boost his attack up. Then we'll set from deck. Chances are this has a low defense value, so I will swing him with this. We'll get him 17. Okay, so we are playing against a Rise. At least it's not another pressure. Ooh, max value from that as well. Let's have you got another one. Of course, double Ghost Cyclone, maximum value. Jeez. I feel like, although again we are playing a garbage deck into really, really good decks, we are getting so unlucky as well. Like, our opponent opens double Ghost Cyclone and just completely wrecks us with it. We set 2 back rows so he gets to hit both, and he gets double draw off of them. As well as the fact that he has the Burning Blaze, he can now get whatever he wants to his hand. So now what's it going to be? Summon, summon, tribute both? Or just summon, tribute, summon? Okay. So he's not going to clear our whole board at least. Oh no, not my Silver Wolf. Right, we have plays. So summon. Tribute 2. Summon. Summon. Tribute 2. Magician effect. Magician effect. Let me pass. Got down to 700, which is nice, but a lot of our power is now on the field, which means when it gets outed in a sec, we just don't have that anymore. And we're at 4,000, which is very killable. And he's got double Seahorse. Okay, he only used one of them. Arise does, unfortunately, beat Seven's Rogues. It's got 1,500 but. Which means we might just be dead here. Oh, we're not dead. Okay. So we Recovery Force. Fortunately, that does nothing. There is still stuff we can do here. Right, there's totally still stuff we can do. The issue is we do not have a level 7 spellcaster to use Tempest Drive's the spell card. So we summon. Summon. We're going to tribute both. Summon out Bender Break. Activate our skill. Boost Bender Break. Set Tempest. We then normal summon. Activate his effect. Weaken this. We then activate the effect of Bender Break. Send this. Weaken this again. Is there any reason to summon out Witcher? If this connects, we win. Even if we summon there, it doesn't actually do it. I don't think so, so we'll just go battle here. All we need is for you just to not have... Okay, the barrier is still lethal. And there we go. We managed to somehow win that. We take those. I really think we won that basically just off of drawing out 2 7s Red Magician early and actually being able to summon them both and get them to connect. Otherwise, we would not have won that. That was just very, very lucky from us there. And that's after getting double Ghost Cyclone for max value as well. So that was super sketch. But we did manage to take it. That's the point, right? We won in the end with the garbage deck against the tier 1. I still don't think we've beaten a Resonance deck with this yet. Which is a shame, because Resonance is usually like... I make that deck my bitch most of the time. But unfortunately, this Beast deck is just struggling against it. Let's see what we go against next. I kind of want to I do want to play against the female Resonance. I would like to take a win off of Resonance today with this deck, which would be nice. But again, it's really hard. Unfortunately, Bender Break is not the strongest boss monster in the game. A lot of our wins off this deck are coming off the back of 7's Red Magician. At which point you're like, well, then why wouldn't you just play SAR? And these searches today have all been taking a while, haven't they? I've also noticed we've been playing against the same people a lot of the time. I wonder if rush queue is a little bit fizzling out a little bit at the moment, which is understandable after a lot of people have just been grinding like crazy in the GRF. Especially with the new leaks as well. I think a lot of people are going to be really excited to play with the new stuff. I, for one, am really looking forward to playing with the light machines. Light machines is like my bread and butter. Always been a huge fan of the machines. Ride across, though, is... Ugh, that is super yikes. Really not expecting much out of that. Well, look like no one is playing rank now. I think you're right, Zach. We've scared everyone off. We beat the only player still playing rank just now, and then that was it. No one to play. There we go. Let's see what we got. Look at all those awards. Playing Luke. So is this going to be Resonance or is this going to be a Rise? Current win streak 5. He's going to set 5, and he opened the perfect opening as well. That's kind of scary. Do we just set, or do we try and get on the aggressive? I think we will go aggressive. I think trying to keep his resources down is always going to be really useful for us. The issue is, depending on the deck he's playing, he could just get a load of damage back on us. Oh, don't tell me he's got 3 high defense monsters. You opened 3 high defense monsters? You opened 2. That is so yikes for us. That means we have accomplished nothing and left our life points wide open. This is pretty rough. Never seen in Duel Links such a long wait time to play a duel. Yeah, it was like that at the beginning of Rush, back before people had made it to King of Games. It was kind of lonely in King of Games. Took a while to find any games, but after a couple of days, it sorted itself out. Matt, if we had cleared all 3 of his monsters, we would be in an okay position right now, but we got the worst of both worlds. Because realistically, the only high defense monster they play in this deck is the Triad Drago. Like, some people play the Tidy Drago, but the good decks don't. What have you got for us, Piercing Dragon, Bunker Strike Boy? Spending a long time thinking about what to put on the bottom of his deck. Resonance to boost them up. Can you use Triad Drago here? You can, right? No, I need to have a face up high at 7 or higher, so you cannot do that right now. You're still going to clear my whole board. You're going to get some damage in. 3 back row, which is horrendous. Draw out the second Tempest, which again we really did not want to be drawing. We do not have a normal engrave, so we cannot use Paku Pakuchu. I mean, we have to force it out, so let's just get him to use his Widespread Ruin and then probably immediately lose the game. But, I mean, what else can we do? Alright, Widespread Ruin. as predicted. And now we're almost certainly dead. Okay. Maybe it's both to summon out. Slayer, joke's on you. My back row does nothing. Summons out Gravity Press. Discards. Weakens our boy. Uses Slayer effect to pop our back row. I swear Widespread is either in your opening hand or in your opponent's hand. I mean, yeah, it's basically how it feels a lot of the time. It's just, it's such a strong card that games are won and lost off of it. Alright, we'll save that replay. I think that is probably as much beast deck as I could take. This deck is, it's pretty rough. So now the question becomes, what do we want to swap to? I would kind of like to try out SAR. Like, playing this deck is maybe be like, well, you know, maybe we just play some SAR instead. So this was our old SAR deck. So how do we want to tweak it, is the next question. A lot of the back row doesn't benefit this deck. We definitely want to have this. I think if anything, we're going to want these. We don't really get any more good monsters for the deck, right? What does SAR actually lock us into? Is it just spellcasters? 1400 more attack as spellcasters. We do have a lot of hand discarding effects, which means we can use stuff like Seahorse if we want to. The issue is we don't want to go too hard on non-engine, because we do still want our waters, we do still want our... How much do we care about Sork? I mean, we kind of do. Maybe we don't go that hard in. These are our only Earths. Our water count's looking alright. The only reason to keep our spellcaster count high is for Dealer, so we might not actually need to worry about that as much. I'm thinking we could do something like this. I don't think we can get much lower than this, though, unless we start getting rid of things like the Thunder of the Thunders. We still need to make sure we have enough of everything else. We want to make sure we still have some fire cards in the deck. We want to make sure we still have some earth. We've already got plenty of water. Got a couple of winds. I actually think we can maybe take these out. Maybe take one of this out as well. And then we could maybe fit in a small aqua package. If I wasn't blind. We can't have 1400 or higher, but we can have that. Take those out and put in more attackers. Alright, let's try this out. Again, we're not expecting this deck to just kind of work straight off the bat, but we're going to give it a go and see how it feels. The other thing is, although I do really love Ancient Arise, I don't want to just play Ancient Arise all the time. I think it'd be kind of boring to just be on the same deck constantly. And I do want to test out some of the older decks. We already did try out... Oh, it's XX Truth again. This guy was on Arise, if I remember correctly. But yeah, we tried out Aqua Aggro before and did okay with it. Still very strong. Oh, that's a hand. Summons out an 1800 attacker, and he's also going to bin his Clear Ice. Unfortunately, this hand does not contest anything, so... Well. I guess we're going on the defensive. I just want to point out as well, our deck, being SAR, has so many outs to this, right? We have 3 7s Red Magician, 3 Witches, 2 Torna, which can get a boost from the SAR skill, and we have 2 Splat that also get a boost. We have just so many cards in the deck that could contest an 18, and we drew none of them. Well, there's 2 Doriado to the grave. It is turn 4, which means we can start cooking. We don't need you in the grave. There's no reason to. It's all set. Tribute, summon out you. Activate our skill. Boost your attack. Put this back in the deck. Activate your effect. Discard you. Summon you out. Activate. Go to battle. Swing. Swing. Pass. No activatable back row. What does that mean? That means they're spell cards or recital. I think this was the guy that played Ghost Cyclone. So chances are he's got 2 Ghost Cyclones back there. Either that or he could have toggled off. Well, we lose him. Sucks, but what can you do? We lose that. We lose that. We take 15. That's fine. We just keep finding these seahorses with no aqua normals yet. So it's really only on 4 of them. We'll use SAR, boost its attack up. Boost. Why? Why am I milling my SRMs, bro? Come on. I think we are just going to set this. Go to battle, and we will attack over. Let me pass. Maybe put more Aqua instead of Spellcaster. I mean, yeah, that's what we were doing, but we didn't want to... Because we're still trying to fulfill 7's Red Magician's effect, the trick is trying to not have too few of the different attributes in the deck. Okay, so he finds another Ancient Arise. That's kind of fine. Uses the Ancient Forces skill. Boost the attack up. Blue Ice Dragon effect. Put that back in. Ancient Arise gets the pop. Oh, we can't get the pop because we have 1700 butt. Go Splat. We have to lose that. There's nothing we can do about it. And here we are going to use Recital because he's got 2 Ghost Cyclone back there. Which means our back row is going to get beaten over either way. Right, we'll drop Recovery Force here. Again, we just want all of this back in. Interesting. We can't deal with all of it, is our main issue. We do want to force out his back row, though. So we will tribute this for this. We will use our skill. Boost our attack up. We will then activate the effect. Discard this. And change this to defense. We'll then set 2. set this, go to battle, and swing over. And then pass. Tribute 2 for... Is it going to be in a rise? No, it's the Dragius. Okay. Puts that back in. Shuffles that back in. Uses Dragius effect. Ancient Forces skill. That is a little bit annoying because that plays around my widespread really well. I think here we probably do just flip over the widespread because, again, if at any point we do wipe his whole board, which we're hopefully going to do next turn, he's just going to pop our other back row anyway. Okay, that's really good. So we tribute for that, use the effect, discard that, summon that, I guess. Yeah. We'll activate our skill. Boost this attack up. Activate the effect. Activate his effect. Summon. Tribute over it. Swing him with this. Oh, we did not play around Recital at all. We are gonna get punished to hell and back. What would have changed? We would have got an extra 1100 in. So we wouldn't have just magically won the game if he didn't have Recital. Grabs that back. So now we work out how many of his tributes he's on. He's already got 2 Ancient Arise and a Dragius Engrave. How much is this? If he smacks over that, he'll be getting 1000 damage in. If he smacks over that, I'll be 12. It was exact lethal. Okay. Okay, that wasn't that bad, right? Realistically, I think we could have won that game if we were just a little bit more lucky. If he didn't have the Recital, we definitely did just win that game. I assume he only has the 1 Recital. Yeah, he had the 1 of Recital, which means his other back row was the other Ghost Cyclone. We ascertained that his back row wasn't really important throughout most of that. And that's all we really can do. It doesn't help as well that throughout most of that early game, we didn't see any of our big boss monsters. We managed to mill one of our 7's Road Magician, which means we only actually summoned 7's Road Magician 2 turns in that entire duel. And the whole point of this deck is that we're supposed to keep getting out and out and out and out. Alright, let's see how long this queue takes. Will it be 3 minutes? Will it be 5 minutes? Looks like it might be a whole 5 minutes. Can I song request? You can, as long as it is not a copyrighted song. I say that. As long as it's like a video game music. If it's a real song, then we're gonna have to give that a veto. Like, realistically, video game publishers and developers don't copyright for their music most of the time, but real songs will potentially get me in trouble. Waiting for a duel makes me think Rush is still not there yet. I mean, yeah, to be fair, this is rare, right? And it doesn't help. I don't know what time it is everywhere else in the world, but for here, for in the UK, it is middle of the day on a weekday. So most people are at school, most people are working. I'm in a fortunate position enough where I have free time at this time of the week, so... But I don't know if, you know, Japan is active now. I don't know if, I believe America, it's early in the morning in America. But yeah, like I said, most of the time, it's been fine. Today is kind of the exception. Right, here we go. Who are we against this time? Kalev from Brazil. It's not about time, it's just not popular yet. I said many times after 5 or 6 months then it will. I mean... Yeah, but you specifically said about waiting for a duel, right? Which implies time. Which is, you know, why I said about time. There are a few decks, many mirrors. I mean, yeah, to be fair, there are a ton of different options available. It's just a lot of them suck, right? Like, if you want just tier 1 meta threats, you've got basically 3 options. But then, if I was to go and take a look at the speed duel meta right now, like if we go and take a look at the tier list, there's, what, 1 tier 1 deck, 3 tier 2 decks? And it's quite similar to Rush, really. There's about 3 tier 1 decks, about 3 tier 2 decks. This is a bit of a yikes hand, though. We really do not want to end with all of these tributes in hand. Rush will be popular in the future? I think it's a weird one, right? I think Rush is always going to be in a weird place, where a lot of people just want nothing to do with it. And I think that's fine, right? I think the issue comes where people get actively antagonistic towards Rush because, one, people have lost their Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime, right? You know, a lot of people wanted, like, a new Master Duel, like, anime, right? We wanted, the TCG/OCG cards to be used in a show, and that got eaten up by Rush. Then Konami's put a lot more time and like development into Rush, which people are like, well, that means they're taking it away from the main game. And then in Speed, it's like, well, if we're bringing out Rush cards, that means we're getting less Speed duel events. So just the way that Konami's gone about it has made it feel like TCG versus Rush, which is like not how it should feel, right? Ideally, they should feed into each other. They should, you know, rising tide raises all ships. Instead, because of how Konami's handled it, it doesn't feel like that. Summon, tribute for that. Summon, tribute. Discard. I'd have to get rid of that, which I really don't want to do. Right, we'll summon Kuribot. Tribute it. Activate our skill. Put this back. Grab this. What have we got in graveyard already? We've already got light. So for now, we'll get a fire into the graveyard. What am I doing? How am I misplaying this badly? Just over and over and over again. I don't know what I'm doing now. I have lost the plot at this point. We are just clicking buttons. That was all wrong. Like, I had the play in my head, and then I just clicked buttons and did the exact opposite of what I wanted to do. And now he's going to have a widespread as well, just to add extra salt. Well, he has something he can activate. That's annoying. I think we have to clear that. We don't want to give him the extra draw. Ah, that was so stupid. It was so free, right? It was use the effect, discard, get out the 7th Road Magician. We still would have had all 3 monsters out. I don't think we could have Torned. Yeah, we could have Torned. We could have discarded Fire Golem. Oh no, because Fire Golem would have been discarded for that. That would have been such a good play. But instead, we threw it all away for like nothing. And now we're in a situation where we don't even have our Torner anymore. So our opponent could just sit there and set 3 monsters each turn. I cannot believe I punted that hard. Basically now, we're just waiting until he draws the out and then gets to kill us, when we could have probably killed him this turn. Jeez, we punted this so badly. I think we literally would have won this turn. But instead we threw. Gosh darn. Are you still on the defense? 3 turns without finding anything, and we have no punish because we threw it away. Well, all we can do is just swing. Mix it up in case he decided to throw a high defense monster in front of our guy. Why? If this is not a high defense, I'm gonna be livid. Okay. Okay. We're kind of chilling right now. Are we still on the defensive? You've got to have a tribute monster by now, mate. You gonna pass again? No, here we go. Here we go. He's got Bunker. So no Slayer yet. Not that our back row really does anything. Tributes 2, gets the Slayer. Okay. Slayer pots the back row, which again, doesn't do anything. I actually think we might just take the recitals out. I do not think this deck needs the back row. I think it doesn't make good use of any of the new trap cards. Oh, there's the tournament we needed last turn. Draw tribute for this. Activate the skill. Boost its attack up. Activate the effect. Boost itself up higher. And then set. Normal summon. Activate the effect. Change this to defense. Set this. Go to battle. Swing over this. Swing into here and probably just get a back row out of him. Okay, we've got the barrier out of him. I don't know why. I mean, I guess the barrier isn't terrible in here. It's just it's so bad into the mirror, right? Like Slayer just pops the barrier, as well as 28 into 23 doesn't help you with that. So I'm not really a big fan of the barrier in this deck specifically. I think I'd rather see Phantom Bind, because it's really good into the mirror. Because it's not even that good into Ancient Arise, right? Because Ancient Forces can boost to 28, which, you know, 24 is still bigger than 23. And 3000 is still bigger than... Or I guess 26 is still bigger than 23. Straight into battle. Okay. We haven't found our Stray Force. Oh, we have already used our Recovery Force. I would have liked a level 6 here. We have unfortunately not found one. Setting those 3 sucks so bad. Right, we'll summon. Activate. Take this back. Summon. Tribute these two. We should have done that better. We've instead left ourselves with an empty hand. Now he's going to have the widespread. It's got to be widespread, right? There's no way he hasn't got the widespread. Yeah. Good old widespread. Still haven't found ours. It's in the deck somewhere. But we do have Recital. I'm sure is going to help. Here's Slayer. Yeah, if he boosts this, we're just straight dead. There's no reason for him not to. But yeah, we're just straight dead. I think this one really did come down to just horrendous luck, though. Oh, and we punted. Let's not forget about the punt. I almost forgot about the punt. Oh, we could have won that. But instead we just threw it away. We threw it away. But that's fine, because now... hopefully, we'll ingrain that into our psyche so it doesn't happen again. But here, I do think we want to get rid of these Recitals. Recital's just doing nothing for us. So, I think what we want is another Recovery Force, and then probably another Light Aqua, which is going to have to be this. I don't even know if the Light Aquas are doing much for us in this deck, but... let's try it out a little bit more. There's so much light. We have a decent amount of dark. Fire's at 3, winds at 2, water's at 2. No, I don't think the light aquas are doing much for us. I think they're better off ripping them out. I kind of just want more spellcasters, to be honest. What else do we want in here, though? What did we have in here before? We had... because now we're out of lights, so we need lights back. So if we... it's just you, right? There's nothing else worth putting in. Maybe take something else out. I can't even remember. Ah, we took these out. So we don't want you in. Ugh, get out of here. There's a lot of darks. There is still wind. I mean, is it worth just including a 1 of Spell Archer? Probably not. Alright, let's try this out. No Summon Skull. We can't use Summon Skull with 7 Exile Road. Because the only monsters with 1400 more attack in the deck have to be spellcasters. I think we've only actually played 1 game today on the spellcaster deck that has been kind of unwinnable. Other than that, we punted 1, and 1 we just got a little bit unlucky. But they both felt like, you know, slight changes, and we could have won. I think the main issue is spellcasters don't benefit from like any of the back row, which feels really grim. Because obviously the game's just got a bunch of new trap cards, so you want to use the trap cards. But only Widespread Ruin seems to actually do much for the spellcasters themselves. How did you do in the Goha Cup? We basically didn't play in it at all, Quantum. I was very busy over the weekend, so it wasn't really a good weekend for me, unfortunately. As well as I'm still getting over being ill, and grinding ladder is not something I want to do, like, with a runny nose and a headache, I'll tell you that much. I do miss just being able to grind out the cups. I used to do it a lot, but now, you know, just adult stuff gets in the way, and I'm like, oh, can't I just go back? I just play for the gems. I mean, yeah. You always want to get as many of the free gems as you can. Oh, I gotta say though, these long queues are very disheartening. I do hope that Rush isn't, like, isn't, spiraling down or something. Is this a KoG run or just playing KoG? We're just playing in KoG at the moment. I do have my second account that I could do a KoG run on, but the only thing with that is I would like to get the gems on this account just for getting those like 100 games played. So we're trying to like play on the main account for now. And also the main account has all the cards, right? So we can build more interesting decks. We already played the Beast deck this morning. We came to the conclusion it's not very good, which was something we already kind of thought going in, but we kind of confirmed it. Even in Speed Duel, when I queue in KoG, I can wait 5 minutes. Really? What? I mean, I guess I haven't been KoG in Speed in a little while. So I know Duel Links took a massive hit when Master Duel came out, but I think other than that, it's been on the rise, right? Like, number of players has been doing pretty well. Okay, well we got a lot of high-level monsters in our hand, which is not ideal. We also don't really want to go on the aggression with this. So I think we are just going to play it safe. And we're just going to leave it like this. We are going second. Like early seasonal when there's a PvP event. I mean, yeah, obviously there's a PvP event not long ago. Duel Links is still good and popular. Tournaments and everything. I mean, yeah, I'm not, you know, not trying to say it's not. I know that it took a big hit when Master Duel came out. And I don't think it's taken any kind of like... I don't think it's been on the decline. I think if anything, it's been gaining more players, right? Been seeing more and more activity. I think the game's in a pretty good place right now. Like both sides. Obviously, Rush could still do with a bit of improvement, but it's a heck of a lot better than it was when it came out. Speed, though, seems pretty good. Relatively diverse meta. Some pretty interesting decks in there. Still not a big fan of Neos, but other than that... 2 Bunker Strikes. The Rush skill ban list was underwhelming. Yeah, it was basically nothing, right? It might as well have just not done it. Like, I don't think it's going to change the decks that are being played. Ooh, I was just kind of hoping we wouldn't get a 3rd monster, but that means we're probably taking 28 to the face. Unless he attacks in the wrong order. Nah, he knows what he's doing. 28 to the face, especially against this deck specifically, really sucks. Unfortunately, we didn't get the ability to just get 3 monsters out, so there's not a lot we could do about it. Use dealer. We'll get rid of this. Tribute. Activate our skill. Boost this. I don't think we can afford to keep Torna. Discard, summon this out. Set, activate. Go to battle, swing. So, now the question is, does he have his widespread? Of course he has his widespread. I swear, everyone I go against finds their widespread, and I'm not finding mine, like, barely ever. And it's, oh, starting to get a little bit demoralizing. Widespread just too good. I wonder if there's a card ban list coming. I don't know what they would change, to be honest. Like, I think if they were to do another ban list for Rush, like, it would have to be a temporary one, right? Like, I don't know. I think we'd like... The thing in Rush that needs to change is skills, right? Like, Dragonic Resonance needs a nerf. Right, just make it so it doesn't give the levels anymore, and then the skill will probably be fine. That way you can still play it as like an aggressive dragon beatdown deck, but you don't get to just use Slayer for free all the time in a world where back row is finally useful. I feel like this dragon skill need a nerf, like only boost 300 and gain 2 levels. I just don't want to see any levels gained at all, to be honest. Like maybe 1 level would be fine. Then you can make your 6s, 7s, but or can't be used next turn. I think not being able to be used next turn would, like, hurt the skill. I think it's still... Like, a lot of the time, you win off of 1 good turn. Like, you'll get 1 really good turn, and then you'll just capitalize off it and smash your opponent. I think it's the direct impact of that 1 turn that a lot of the time matters more. But it's a weird one, right? Because it would be nice to see Dragonic Resonance nerfed, but, in my opinion... Ancient Forces is better, right? Like, I've played a ton of Ancient Forces, and I, like, have an almost 100% win rate into Dragonic Resonance. It just, that deck seems to beat Dragonic Resonance really, really well. But I don't think Ancient Forces needs a nerf, which is a weird thing to say. I think Resonance is just more annoying, because it can pop your back row, it can just wipe your monsters unconditionally with, Dragonic Pressure. It's just a more frustrating deck to play against. One thing that would be an interesting hit would be maybe like Slayer to 3. But then, I don't even know what that does. Like, stops you running Slayer with Dragius and Phoenix Dragon. But like, the deck will still run fine without those cards. I'm still farming for a 3rd Arise Dragon, and then I can use Ancient Dragon skill. Yeah, I really, really like Ancient Forces. I think I like it because the deck feels fair, right? Even if it's not, it feels fair. Because all it is doing is basically saying, here's a bunch of attack points. Like, it doesn't do anything that, like, SAR Spellcasters doesn't already do. The main difference is you can play it with Dragius. So the only thing I would maybe change would be... Oh, God, I don't think you can ban any of it, right? Because a lot of the decks are only playing one copy of Dragius to Ancient Arise. So if you were to put like Ancient Arise to 3, then that would mean you couldn't play Phoenix Dragon in the deck. Which is a big hit, to be honest. That would actually probably hurt the deck really bad. But then there's the other like tier 1 deck, Aqua Aggro, which is still performing really, really well. It's a weird one, right? All of the best 3 decks are just Dragius decks. Even if they're not like using Dragius as their main win condition, all 3 of them can play Dragius in them. Which just makes them really good. It's why a lot of people were speculating we might not get Dragius on release, just because the card was so good. But, you know, we got it, and we've seen it just wreaking havoc. Like, every meta, Dragius is at the forefront. Oh, it's Calav again. I don't remember which one. Oh, Calav was... I'm pretty sure he was the... No, he was the Resonance that we almost beat, but we misplayed. What is this hand, though? The other thing is, going second now in Rush feels really bad almost all the time. Just because, especially if you have back row to set, you can empty your whole hand turn 1. And then on the follow-up turn, well, you don't want to be attacking into nothing, so you just don't want to do anything. And then your opponent gets 8 cards to work with on their turn. Like, it just feels really rough. What's the defense on Bunker Strike? It's got 18. Alright, we're going to do this. Boost this attack. Activate the effect. Oh, of course we mill up. It's never allowed anything, am I? I'll get rid of Bunker Strike. Get rid of this. We'll pass. Ah! I just want my widespread. Maybe the actual spell cards we should be running is going to be things like Ghost Cycling. Maybe that would be the better card to run. Alright. We will Tribute to summon this. Activate our skill. Boost it up. Don't do that. Use the effect of Seven's Red Witch. Send. Summon this out in attack mode. Activate the effect of Splat. We will boost you again. We're then not going to set Recovery Force because that is a really easy thing for him to pop. So we're not going to do that. We're then going to go to battle. We'll swing with this. So he's got a way to save himself. Okay. Jesus, I kept pulling Bender Break. This card is useless and no one plays it. We played it today, Zaki boys. We played it. We found out it was garbage. We won a few games with it, which was very funny. But yeah, it is so bad. Imagine as well there not being a skill for that card, which is what we had in, you know, the physical version of Rush. It was utterly useless. Even with a skill, it's still crap. Oh yeah, how many wins? I want to say we got about 6 wins and like 12 losses. Like, it was not pretty. And a couple of those wins as well didn't feel like wins. It was like our opponents playing a pile of nothing. So we just kind of won by default. Two more back row. Sheesh. Okay, so he has to kill SRM. Goodbye, SRM. Right. We will simply drop the recovery force now. 1, 2... I guess that. We really have a water on the go. I got to lose because of it. Now I'm salty. I mean, yeah. Understandable. Oh, I want another level 6. I can use your effect. You'll gain 400. And then I can boost you by another 2. Right. We'll activate the effect of Splat. We'll boost this. Then... we'll normal summon. Activate his effect. We'll pitch to weaken this. Then we're going to tribute these two. Then we'll activate 7's Magician effect. Then we're going to activate Recovery Force again. Well, that'll do it. Oh, I didn't use... I should have just used the effect. That was just stupid. Oh well. It still does it. You can't stop both of these. Unless you have Recital. Barry doesn't do it. Hey, do you play Cyclone? We are not playing Cyclone in this build, but we were thinking about including it. Just because of the way the deck works. The problem is, we want to run just an absolute ton of monsters. Because that just kind of makes everything else work. So finding room for it is often the problem that we're having. Yo, how the duels going? The duels are going quite good, all things considered. We tried playing Beasts earlier, I see. And Beasts are not it, mate. Bender Break. We were trying to make Bender Break work. But, mate, it's so bad. Like, the just sheer amount of restrictions, the cost for the effect, the skill is also really bad. It's just... oh, we were trying. We tried. We tried so hard. But we did not get anywhere in the end. Yeah, it's a shame, because I would really like Beast to be good, but we're just not getting anywhere with them. Right, we're going to try the 2 Ghost Cyclone. We're going to test and see how that feels. I do think if we do manage to get Ghost Cyclone effects off, it'll be really, really good. But the issue is, how often do you get Ghost Cyclone off? On the plus side, we're playing Spellcasters, right? So our board should get ripped to pieces a lot. Spellcasters is not very good on defense. Trash spit. Yeah, it's a weird one. So in the anime, Yuga has just a bunch of random ass boss monsters. So obviously 7's Red Magician is his ace, but then he just gets a bunch of different weird ones. Like Volt Condor is a Yuga card, Bender Break is a Yuga card, and he's going to get a few more. Some of the other ones he gets, though, are pretty good. He does get a card called Savage Claw Tiger, which is a Beast Warrior with 2300 attack. But you can send the top card of your deck to the graveyard, and he gains 400 attack for every level 7 monster that you have out. So if you just have himself, he becomes 27, which is good enough on his own. But if you have another level 7 out, he'll go up to 31, which is pretty good. So that'll be a playable boss monster at the very least. Again, if he gets a skill, even better. And he's a Beast Warrior, so he works with Beast Gear. So when they come out, that'll all work together. It'll be really nice. Then he also gets another card called Steel Mechlord Mirror Innovator, which is insane. Still played to this day. Fantastic light machine support. So, like, we've just got all of his really bad monsters so far. Oh, he also is the user of the shit pyro card. God, what's it called? The 2500 guy, full meteor impact. Like he's also the user of that piece of crap. It's no wonder Yuga has like one of the worst win rates of Yu-Gi-Oh protagonists, where he just stuffs random crap into his deck constantly. He only has one SAR, so of course he has more boss monsters. But everyone has the same thing though, right? Because Luke only has one copy of each of his boss monsters. He's got like the one Dragius, but Luke gets a crap ton of really good dragons. Ugh, this hand is so bad. What do I want to do with this hand? I really cannot just leave 2 7s or a Magician in my hand, right? It's so greedy. Alright, we're going to try it. We're going to leave both SRM in hand, and we're going to see if we get punished. We should get punished. We'll see if we do get punished. Now, everyone else has 3 copies. Well, they only summon 1 per game. Black Dragon Rising. Okay. So, is this going to be the Rebels, or is this going to be Warriors? Could still be either. Playing a very robust Aqua package. We do get to keep a monster, which is really good. Alright, we'll summon. Tribute both. For the boy. Use his effect. Now, do we Recovery Force now? I think we probably do. Even though it's kind of gross. Because I really don't want to end with a 7-3 Magician in my hand again if I don't have to. I think we leave the Torna. Because I'm really just wanting to find a normal summonable monster. That is so ironic. We know he has the Black Dragon Chick in hand, so killing that does nothing, so we might as well just go for damage. Don't tell me. Okay, I was going to say, don't tell me you opened Widespread. Again, I can't handle every enemy opening Widespread every single game. It's going to start affecting my mental. Now, unfortunately, our SRM is not long for this world. But we needed to get him out, and we got some good damage in. Okay, so we've just learned our opponent is playing... Okay, that could have been so much worse. Okay, I'm kind of fine with this. So we know we're against Rebels. We take another 18, which is not ideal. But we're kind of fine for the moment. Cyclone's pretty good. We need to get another Spellcaster in Graveyard, which we can't do to make full use of Cyclone. So we might as well just use it now. Okay, that's the barrier gone. No 6s. Really sucks. Right, we'll summon out Dealer. Use its effect. That's pretty good. We'll go ahead and activate our skill. Boost the attack. No. Activate the effect. Discard. Summon this out. Activate the effect. Now, I guess we will Recovery Force here. Just an extra body would just be really good. I guess, again, we want a normal summonable body, ideally. Well, if we survive the next turn, that's going to be real good. Secret skill widespread starter. Everyone has it but me. Okay, so now he can use Growl effect to weaken. Am I dead? I think I'm dead, right? Uses Rising, gets that back. Summon, get that out, slam into both. I take 12 plus 11 plus 12. Yeah, I'm dead. That's a shame. Because again, if this was anything, if this was a normal summonable monster, I don't die here. But we drew a level 6. All things considered though, that wasn't really a bad game. Like, we were close. We got him down to 400. If we'd been able to eke 400 damage out of anywhere, we did manage to win. If the card we drew wasn't a tribute monster, we could have killed his... We would have either had a blocker to stop ourselves from dying to his Lamoon, or we could have killed his Lamoon, at which point he wouldn't be able to use it to attack over us. Can't believe who wouldn't play Rush without buying the widespread and Monster Reincarnation model. Yeah. Monster Reincarnation is really, really good, but I think it's a lot better if you can if you play multiple things to gain a lot more value at getting stuff back. So, for example, I'm not playing in this deck specifically because I'm not playing Seahorse Carrier, and Seahorse Carrier is just an extra super useful tool to use it with. Set a back row. Yes. 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 Go, my Ghost Cyclone. Yes, yes, you open your widespread, fuck you. Okay. Now what do we do? We can flip one of his guys up. Right, we'll go ahead and activate our skill. We're going to activate its effect. We're going to throw this away and flip this up. Let's see what he's got. 1300 defense. Of course, it's 1300. Don't be another 1300. Okay, that's fine. I would have really liked to kill this, but other than that, this went pretty much exactly how we wanted to do. Spellcasters are all about getting damage in, because then when you do your big push, you can try and kill. A lot of other decks would rather like play the advantage game. Spellcasters are very much get damage in as quickly as possible. Ugh. See, now this is kind of gross. At least he didn't get the draw off of his Triad Drago. So that's something we have. Money, Pot of Greed, Wem. It's funny though, because Pot of Greed is not actually considered a very good legend card, which is very amusing. Because it still does plus you, so it's still a good card, right? But people play Graceful Charity over it because Rush typically, and as we go further in, will be a lot of graveyard management, and being able to dig through your deck deeper, as well as force cards into the graveyard that you want to be in there, is very, very important. Alright, 1, 2, 3. So now we just need to find Seven's Road Witch. It's just that easy. Right, what do we have in the graveyard currently? We have light, wind, water. So we do want fire in there. So we boost this. We do want to go fetch a boy. We put you back in, grab you out, activate your effect. Do we have an Earth Engrave currently? I don't think we do. No. So we will send that. Get the extra 300 damage in. We'll get rid of this. And we will get rid of this. And then we'll pass. Down to 15. Does Dragon Deck have any semi-limit? I don't think Rush has any semi-limit. I think Rush literally only has limit 3s. Okay, so he has to use his skill because Sports Dragon Slug is a 3. So he cannot just get a draw off of that. Oh, what are you doing, my friend? You could have just gone all defense mode. The fact he's doing this now tells me he's desperate to draw it out. Which means he could have just gone defense. I want Bunker to 2. I mean, yeah. I think a lot of people are of the opinion that Dragonic Slayer is the problem card. Because Bunker is really, really good. Right, let's not undersell it. Being able to fix your hand is insane. Is unbelievably powerful. But more people, I think, are worried about their back row getting popped and just being like, oh, he popped my widespread, I lose. And having in-engine way to pop back row is really, really good. What are we waiting for here? Is he Kindiri? Wait, what were they doing? You know, just hanging out. So he did draw into the Dragius. That was his top deck. Oh wait, one. I'm a little bit confused. He would have had one monster left over. Summon, summon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he didn't even use the effect? Is that right? He just didn't use the effect to draw? I'm very confused. Alright, Ghost Cyclone. No Ghost Cyclone. Right, we'll start with Recovery Force. I don't even need Splat here. Ghost Cyclone. Let's get rid of that. Wouldn't have done a ton. We could still just deal with this. Can we kill? We reduce this by 300. We put them down to 11. We can go up to 26. Which is game. So we'll summon Thunder the Thunder. Use Thunder the Thunder effect. Discard. Weaken this. Tribute for Splat. Activate our skill. Boost this up. Activate the effect. Boost its own attack. Set this. Go to battle. Swing over. Boom. Oh, and there we go. We did manage to get a nice win in the end. Which is what we like to see. But I think that's probably going to be it for us today. We have been going for 3 hours, which is our usual time. Does mean we can now go and get some lovely food. Have a great time with that. All in all, I think we did learn quite a lot today. We learned that beasts are crap, Bender Break is bad, and spellcasters are fine. I think we still want to play with spellcasters a bit more, which we might do on Thursday, which is going to be our next... Oh, Loz in with the subscription. Let's cut the music just so we can enjoy this for a bit. But yeah, thank you all so much for hanging out. Thank you again, Loz, for the 2 months. And again, we'll be back on Thursday where we'll be playing some more bits and bobs. Maybe we'll even get
Loslando just subscribed for 2 months.
Thank you, text-to-speech. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.